Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought of doing a little very soft makeup look. It's very nice. No, we're f***ing wrong. Today I'm gonna tell you two aggressive, depressing Karen f***ing stories. One of them literally hit my fucking car and broke my bumper. The other one is a rat bastard. And they're both gonna get their sentencing today. And I'm gonna vent everything out in this Get Ready With Me. It's an angry Get Ready With Me, which has never been done before on YouTube. Let's begin. I don't know how people do this hairstyle without looking like a light bulb. So before I start with my makeup, I'm gonna be applying my mask, who is also the sponsor for this video. Thank you to Teamy Blends. I'm gonna be trying their beauty mask, Clay Facial Babes. It has zinc oxide, kaolin clay, butterfly pea. So I've been using this mask every other week, sometimes twice a week if I wear too much makeup that week. But this is what my skin looks like. It's not the best condition. Maskne is a thing. Acne scar is exactly here. Literally looks like a fucking bindi. And have you seen this TikTok where this girl is like, I'm not trying to appropriate anyone's culture. I literally have acne right there. I'm not trying to be an Indian.
Guys, please stop hating on me. I didn't do anything. So can you please just leave me alone?
Oh, that was funny. I'm literally in that situation a week later after downloading that TikTok. With my skin, usually I have a lot of bumps, like fungal acne here. So it's very normal for me to break out a lot on my forehead. And now my cheeks have blistered up as well, and that's because of mask. But I know that's gonna die off soon, but my forehead has always been an issue for me. My skincare routine is pretty long. It's a long ass process. And with that, I never forget to put on a mask. I put 2 masks every week. Like I have one hydrating and one that's clay. And this mask has kaolin clay, which is really good to control oil. So I'm gonna put this mask on. So I usually try it with a brush like this. It's from Sigma. You can also try like a flat spatula to put it on your face. It's much easier to take it off too. I love this mask because when I usually try on masks, I can't really tell a difference immediately. But after I put this on, my skin feels so tight and firm. It gives you an instant glow and makes your skin look squeaky clean. Ooh, I have a hair. Ooh, it's gonna get messy. Clay is a fantastic ingredient when you have oily combo skin like me. I kind of avoid the eye area, so just go around it. And even the clay is so smooth and easy to mold. It's 100% clean, it's vegan and cruelty free. So my bunnies weren't chopped up for testing. So this natural detoxifying mask sucks out the impurities in your pores, making your skin super squeaky clean. Kaolin clay is a gentle, very gentle exfoliator. So it's really good to just use it once or twice a week the most. I usually keep this on for just 12 minutes and then I wash it off. It's been like 12 minutes and I don't want to move my face, so I'm just gonna go wash it. So I'm gonna come a little closer to show you my skin. This is what my skin looks right after. My skin feels tight, but the good kind of tight, not the tight where you wash your face and it's like really firm that you can't even move your face around. But that's it. Okay, remember how my bindi was so red, like bright red? I feel like it reduced the inflammation that was on my forehead. It's much more calmer now. So if you're interested in getting their mask, you can go onto their website and use the code Anncy for 15% off. And after the mask, I usually go in with the vitamin C serum from Teamy Blends as well. So I've been dying to film this part for so long. This happened, I think I want to say a week ago, but then I also got drunk. Okay, first so I'm gonna first apply my Rare Beauty primer. This is in the shade Always an Optimist. So I'm gonna pump some out. Thought of doing the podcast first, like putting the story in the podcast, but I want to like show you pictures and describe in person. So that's why I don't want to put this in the podcast, so you're gonna get it. But let me just say, I have 2 Karen story times for you, and one of them is my fault. I will admit it. The other one is not. Let's not remind anyone of how I bought 3 Rare Beauty concealers instead of getting 1 foundation. I'm just gonna put this all over my face. I'm gonna be using a sponge. This is exactly how my tits look. I'm not even kidding. This is how tiny my titties are. But anyway, I'm going off topic. I usually use a brush, but I'm using a sponge. No one cares. Do you know my dad one day asked me, like, all you do is just talk and you make money? I'm like, yeah, Dad. My dad always humbles me down. He's like, that's it? You just talk? You make money out of it? I haven't been using a sponge in so long. You guys know I have 2 bunnies, right? So one of them is a gal, the other one is a boy. I mentioned that before I got it. Bunnies always get misgendered. It's a thing. Almost 89% of the bunnies get misgendered. I'm kidding. I made that up. I wanted to sound smart for once. I'm just gonna Google it, okay? But okay, I can't find anything on the internet, but I just know but bunnies get misgendered almost every day. It's a thing in the bunny world, and vets have told me a million times. Bunnies are not what you think they are. They could be male, female, gay, bi, trans. They could be anything, babes. You can fucking guess that shit. So you take it to a doc, usually when they're very young. So I took my bunny to a dumbass vet. I'll tell you why he's dumb as I asked him, are you a rabbit savvy dog? It has to be rabby savvy. It has to just say rabbit savvy. It has to be a rabbit savvy vet. It's a tongue twister, but it has to be somebody who's really, really knowledgeable in your rabbit shit, because if they're not, they usually give you dog medicines and cat medicines, and they think rabbit, cats, dogs, you, your mom, they're all the same category. If you go to somebody who's very, very knowledgeable about rabbits, they know exactly what gender they are. They won't assume or guess or play like a guess game like, oh, I think it's a female. Is that a clit? It's a female. They don't do that shit. So I went to this dumbass vet and I asked him, do you look after exotic pets? And he was like, oh no, I never think about anything but bunnies. I was like, okay. I remember I asked him, is it a male or a female? And he looks at the bunnies. They were so small. They were like little babies. And he goes like, oh, it could be a male. It could be a female. It could be anything, honestly. It could be anything. And I'm like, this is it. This is the worst fucking vet ever. I could have just gone to my dad and he could have told me the same thing. Like, why did I even pay this much money? And I put the bunnies in my car, traveled so far. If you didn't know, bunnies, they literally die of stress. They literally pass out because they get so freaked out. They're under so much pressure and so much stress. Rabbits have literally died in cargos from like flying from one country to another. It's a real thing. Traveled so far for you to just say it could be anything. Imagine being in a hospital giving birth to a stupid baby and they're like, oh, it could be anything. Oh. I need to know if it's a male or a female so I can separate them or like keep them together. I need to know. And he told me, oh, it's a boy or a gal. It's definitely a boy and a gal if you say so. So I assumed they were boy and gal because when they were born, I was told that it's a boy and a gal. By the way, I didn't mention this, but this all connects to the Karen story in the end. I promise you it's gonna make sense. So I kept calm because if you say so, fine. He was pointless. It was the worst vet experience ever. I was like, hey, do you know when I can neuter them? He was like, yeah, anytime. Rabbits should be in a cage, should be kept in an enclosed area so they shouldn't run around. Wrong. You can just feed them carrots and hey, it's fine. Wrong. Like, I know my shit with rabbits from just reading on Reddit. So, and I was like, yeah, I am. Just nodding my head so you know I could just get through this really quick. And I left the room and I was like, okay, he cannot charge me for this shithole consultation. And he was like, I'm gonna give you a discount. Usually I charge $50 per rabbit, but I'm gonna charge only 50. Fucking dumbass. I should have charged him $50. It's like a meet and greet with me and my stupid bunnies. So I was like, oh my god, I cannot believe I'm paying for this. I'm speaking in dollars so you understand. So I paid them cash, left. I swore to myself I'm never gonna come back to this place ever again. So I was on a hunt to find another rabbit savvy vet. Like he has to have excellent knowledge in bunnies or he's gonna fucking murder them and eat them. I know we make those jokes, but this is serious life and they cannot be cooked behind my back. I was terrified. I was like looking for the best of the best clinics in Dubai and I finally found one. I called them up and they were like, oh, we don't take care of bunnies. I'm gonna be honest with you. We don't know jack shit about bunnies. I love that. I love honesty. The nurse gave me a number to another clinic, which is really, really good. This was 4 months after, okay? So 4 months after I knew one of the bunnies, time to go, honey, chop, chop, chop. He needed to be neutered because he was very aggressive. He started humping the white one. My bunnies are named demonetized, but I'm not gonna say that because a lot of people get confused. So I'm just gonna say black and white. So black was horny, all right? He's a horny motherfucker. Started humping the shit out of my poor white bunny and she kept running away. So I knew that he was the aggressive one and males can be actually neutered few months before females. So I took my poor little D to the doc and then we find out it's not a he, it's a she, it's a gal. And she's just been horny so she's humping her sister now. So funny, my parents used to call it boyfriend, girlfriend and now it's become to sisters and best friends, but they're both girls and that's why they're not pregnant. Still took her to the doc and it's still really good to get them neutered. To get them spayed. I dropped her off at 9 a.m. and then I was driving at 5 p.m. and they were like, your bunny's ready to get picked up. And I was rushing because after surgery, all of us, we just want to go home and just take a big long ass nap. I don't want to be in the clinic. I don't want to see the hospital walls. So I couldn't wait. Like I felt horrible that poor bunny, like we thought it was a boy and he was very aggressive, turned to be a little girl and she was just a little horny, whatever. And you know, she's fine. I need to take her home now. So I was like driving really fast. I took my bunny, I picked her up, we got the meds. And by the way, they took a little longer for meds. We waited for almost 20 to 30 minutes, painful minutes at the vet for the meds to come in. And we're looking at all these customers come in with their big dog. One of them brought a fucking tiger. The other one got a lion. The other one got a dog. I don't think that's a dog, honey. That's a whole fucking leopard. My bunny's just like, mommy, can we go home? I'm fucking terrified. Like bunnies they're very fragile. They get scared so easily. Like I just have to turn on the switch and they like flinch and run away. By the way, this is the third vet. I went to another vet before this to cut the claws and whatnot. To cut the nails. Just a very bad, sad vet experience, babes. I want to die. Thank God I'm not a bunny, God. Thank God you didn't make me a bunny because I really feel like I would have been chopped up at the vet clinic. But yeah, I finally got the meds and we're happily driving, right? Now comes the Karen story I'm not ready to tell you. Before I begin, I'm gonna try this. I've tried this before. It's the Flaunt Rare Beauty Illuminator So good. Ooh, my body. How did I not even think of this? I'm not an angry person until I get into my car. The reason you drive is to get to places faster. If you were gonna drive at 2 kilometers per hour, I could have just walked, crawled to wherever your destination is. 80% of traffic occurs because slow coaches literally go like 1 kilometer per hour and they back up the traffic behind them. With that being said, I feel like I'm in a court case trying to, you know, collect my files and my evidence, but I'm just trying to put that fact out there that you need to drive fast so people can go to places, people. Anyway, I'm driving and the vet clinic has like a one-way service road, right? And there's a car in front of me. And she's taking the whole total piss out of my body. She's driving so slow, guys. I'm not even making this up. I'm usually the Tana Mojo of story times. I make everything up. I'm kidding. But no, but really, I can't even stress this enough how slow she was driving, right? So I'm like, is she like on drugs? Because bro, there's nobody in front of you. One way, it's the middle of the night, COVID, no traffic. Painful how slow she's driving. And I was like, do I honk at her? I was like, no. That's, you know, honking is kind of like the middle finger when you're driving. Like, don't do it. People find that very offensive. I didn't know this until like I was driving with my dad one day and I kept honking. Like, honk. If you want him to move, just honk. And people always say don't honk. It's kind of equivalent to saying like a racial slur. Okay, I'm not gonna honk, just gonna wait on for a little bit. I really got annoyed and I started honking her and she wouldn't let me like pass by her. I just decided to honk at her. This is literally pushing the Karen's gonna come and beat you up button. So I kept honking at her every other 4 or 5 seconds, I guess. I knew that pissed her off. It really put her in a bad mood. She has those double indicator lights on. So finally we reached towards the end of the service road where we can actually exit out. I'm like, hallelujah, me and my bunny can eat carrots and be happy now. I mean, she stops right at where you can exit out and she opens her door. I'm like, oh boy, this is not gonna be fun. So she comes out, right? Wait, hold on. I'm gonna use this Bobbi Brown brow powder. I'm also using the Painterly Paint Pot. Oldie but a goodie. But yeah, she walks to me and I'm like, oh my god, I don't know what's gonna go down. And then I'm genuinely thinking in my head, wow, this is gonna make such a good podcast episode. Can't wait. She has a mask on, so she puts it down. What's the point of you wearing a mask inside the car and taking it down when you want to come out and speak to a human being? I don't get Karens. I really don't. I swear to God, Karens, they all dress up the same. They have those flip-flops, this frizzy hair, like Morphe brushes are made out of them, bad makeup. It's like exactly how it was when I reacted to Karens. I didn't know what to do, but she came up to me and I'm like, is it cooler to not put the window down and tell her to fuck off, or put the window down and face the battle? So I put the window down and it's a girl, so I was like a little relieved it's a woman for some reason, with her Morphe brushes hair curls all over her face, her bangs, and she takes it off and then she's like, you don't understand what I'm going through right now. And I was like, okay, fuck. I'm like, what are you going through? She's like, so my car, the back door is broken. The door behind her, it's broken. So as she's driving fast, it's kind of flopping, open and closing. To prevent that, she's driving really slow and like braking and pausing and going fast and slowing down. And she has those double lights on to indicate that, hey, my car's broken down. Like, I'm driving really slow. Something's wrong with my car. She explains this to me in a very aggressive tone. I'm trying to act all like, I don't give a fuck. Like, but inside I'm like dying. I tell her, if your car doors are flopping back and forth and you're kind of scared, I just suggest you to not drive and park on the side, because there are like a lot of parking slots available and you could just park your car here and call somebody to come and fix it for you. And the guy won't even take long. There's literally no traffic in this road, but you're backing up traffic for everybody else. She's like, yeah, but I don't have any numbers, so who am I supposed to call? So I'm just gonna drive. I'm like, driving is gonna literally kill somebody. You can call the cops and they might come and help you. The cops here are so nice. They will literally help you with anything. But picture this, the fact that you're gonna be driving with your doors behind you that flop back and forth, and then you stop and your doors open, and imagine a biker just slams himself on the door. Like, there's so many possibilities. I'm trying to explain this to her. She starts rolling her eyes. She's like, don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me what to do. It's not your country. You need to get out of here. I was like, oh fuck, here we go. The Karen statement. Like, that's their favorite line to say, like, get out of the country. It's not your country. And I'm like, bro, it's not your country either. Do you want to hold hands together and catch a flight and leave this country? I mean, I'm down if you are. It will be a fun vlog. Obviously, I didn't say that, but I'm just like, you're not a part of this country either. So we both can fuck out of here if you want. And she looks at me really angry. She's like, your car is also fucked up. So basically, my new car, it's very low. I think it's a sports car. It's very low, and the bumper, I always forget it's a very low car, so I just like run over the bumper. So I kind of broke the bumper that's on in front of my car, and it's been hanging loose for so long. And this coconut head, Jesus Christ, she literally took her foot and kicked the bumper and it fell down. It was hanging on a loose thread anyway. Like, it's hanging, I understand, I see it, but it's like hanging there. Don't touch it, please. Like, it's fine. She literally kicked it and it it broke. It fell out of the car and it just, it's your car before you come and speak to my car. It's not your business. Don't talk about my car. I'm trying to fix it. Okay, Morphe headed ass bitch, like fine, I'm just giving you a suggestion, like Jesus Christ. Part of me is like, okay, maybe it is my fault because I should have honked at her and told her to go. I mean, in my defense, I didn't know what the hell was happening. I mean, as every other human being would, I just honked at her like, hey, can you speed up? How would I know what's going on? So it's kind of my fault, I get it. But she shouldn't be driving if her doors are opening and closing up by themselves. It's so dangerous, she doesn't even understand. So yeah, that's what happened and she was so angry. I'm gonna post a video of the bumper.
It's a bumper that was hanging for dear life. It's so dusty. It was hanging in the front anyway, but she just kicked it off and it just fell. Boop. But yeah, I don't know what to do with this.
So yeah, that went very well. Me and the bunnies are the victim in the story. I told my mom the story. She's like, it's your fault. It's your fault. Why would you say that to her? I'd literally be like, Mom, this guy stabbed me. She'd be like, why did you give him the knife? I'm always the villain in my own stories to my mom, so I don't care about her opinion. But I just want to know, like, what can anyone do? Like, either it was me or someone else would have honked at her, so it's, I guess, whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna be taking this shadow and putting it under my waterline. So after this, what do I do next? I'm bored. I'm gonna do liner. I know I don't do liner. Ooh, I'm gonna first set my brows with this brow gel from Anastasia. And I'm gonna use this Rare Beauty liner. It's so good. If you're a dummy who doesn't like liner and doesn't know how to make, this will be your best friend. It's so good. And the other Karen story is just a pain in the ass. Like, I wanted to choke this bitch more than the first one. So this happened right when I was trying to leave my apartment. My apartment itself, like, look at my bedroom. It's pretty good. It's huge and a lot of space, but for some reason the elevator is so bad and it's so congested. There's no space. I remember I wanted to get this mattress. Like, this mattress is like a king, queen. It's a huge size. They were like, oh, we can't get this through your elevator. We have to like bring it up. And I live on a very high floor. And till this day, I still think about how terrible it would have been for those people who try to bring it up. The biggest con of this apartment building is the elevator. Like, everyone talks shit about it and it sometimes just stops in the middle of nowhere. I don't want to say what floor I live in, but let's say I live in the 10th floor. So we're going down like 9, 8, 7. So it gets stopped at the 7th floor. So my apartment building, we have this rule that it's only one person per elevator because it's pretty cramped up, and more than two people, more than one person itself is like, you will be breathing the other person's breath. Okay, you will be breathing the other person's morning breath. I'm telling you, it's so cramped up that it's best advice, one person per trip. So if you want to go up, one person goes up, not 2, not 3, not 5. And this was implemented by the security system in my building. So yeah, as I was saying, I get in the elevator, it stops at the 7th floor or the 5th floor, and another woman walks in. I already know I'm gonna stab her to death because she gave me such a dirty look and she was like, do I even enter? Ew, Indian, gross. She looked at me with that face. Even though she had a mask on, I could totally tell. That's, you know, with the eyes, you can look into the whole world through someone's eyes. That's what Mark Twain said. Or Britney Spears, I don't know. Someone said that, okay. She gave me this disgusting face, right? And then after that, she kind of motioned her body to like, hey, move out of the way, I need to come in. Then I tell her, I think it's best if I go down by myself and then you can press again. She looks at me, she's like, who told you that? And why am I listening to you? And I tell her, it's just that it's not best for us both to be cramped up into this elevator. It's very tiny as it is, so it's not, I mean, what's the point of wearing a mask? Like, literally we'll be in each other's faces and you'll be breathing my fucking avocado toast breath. I mean, if you want that, you can walk right in. And she's like, oh no, don't tell me what to do, and it's not written anywhere that I have to. And this dumb bitch was wearing the mask down her nose, like here, and I was like, you're wearing the mask incorrectly, A. B, I can smell your stank ass cereal morning breath from afar. Why am I taking forever? Okay, so I'm gonna wear these Lilly lashes. They're in the style Hollywood. And like, what's the point of wearing a mask, a whole astronaut suit, a hazmat suit? She had gloves on too. Like, she was gonna butcher up a fucking chicken to protect her whole body from COVID, only for you to be making out with me in the elevator. Like, just wait, just give it, it takes 2 minutes, bro. Like, she was like, I'm in a hurry, I need to go. And then she got into the elevator with me anyway, so I don't care. And as we're going down, she kind of asks me 73 questions with Vogue. Have you seen those videos? Yeah, she's trying to do that with me. Like, fuck you, I did a video already. Like, I don't need you to ask me more questions. So, where are you from? And I don't respond, and then she looks at me. And then she asks me again, which floor are you in? And like, do you live here? I don't respond. I thought I shouldn't respond. We stop on the 5th 4th or 3rd floor, and we see an Indian man who's like in front of the elevator, and he looks at us, and I literally go like, you should come in sir, make out with us, we're gonna have a good time, walk right in. He had a mask on and everything, but he was kind of like a labor worker, and I saw the pure disgust. I looked at her face. She looked at me like, oh my god, why did I come here? I shouldn't have entered. I'm like, why don't you invite him? We should all three just hug, make out, and have a good time. And then she just does not talk to me. She doesn't respond, and the guy doesn't end up coming. She made such a disgusting face that the guy was just so thrown off. He was just like, I'm not gonna enter here. And she was doing the thing where she's like taking the tissue like that, you know. We've seen that happen around. I've noticed that a lot, especially towards Asian people. Like, we went down like the 2nd floor, 1st floor, ground floor, we touched ground. I mean, here's the exit and here's the entrance to my apartment. As the elevator opens, she runs out. She goes here to speak to the security, and I just walk to the other side to exit out of the building. And then she asked the guys there like, hey, am I allowed to have more than 2 people inside the elevator, or is it like not allowed? Like, let me know. Questions were like echoing in my head as I was exiting out. She's like, tell me if we can have more than 2 people in the elevator or not. Like, shut the f up, Neil Armstrong. Bitch had the whole hazmat suit on. But yeah, I didn't bother. I just yeeted out of that place. Sometimes I just like to walk out of uncomfortable situations. Sometimes I do like to fight back. I mean, in high school I used to be very feisty. If anybody made my life hell, I made sure they suffered. I had time, I think. I don't have that anymore. And she's like asking like, how is she telling me that 2 people can't stay? Why are you wasting electricity? It's supposed to be 2 people. It should be 2 people maximum. Like, why not? I really don't get it. Oh darling, skin diminish, skin finish, highlighter. It's really pretty. That's what it looks like. Can't seem to stop with the British accent. Okay, I'm gonna finally set my face with the Urban Decay cherry scented makeup spray. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. You can sub to my podcast. Follow me on my Instagram. It's at Anncy Twinkle, and I will see you in my next video.